Hey guys, it's David from Trail Adventures USA. Today we're going to install the underhood lights made by HiLites. These are the Cyclone LEDs. We're going to show you how we did it on the Colorado ZR2 coming up next. So we've already installed the Cyclone light on the driver's side. We're going to show you how we did it on the passenger side. So the hood felt liner here rests on an angle of the metal, and I'll show you what that looks like. Next, we're going to use a box knife, and we're just going to trace around the light and cut out a circle, and then we're going to mount the light to the angle. This is going to give us the best field of view on working inside the engine compartment. Okay, so now that we've measured the distance from the front of the felt down to where the light should be, we're just going to use a sharp box knife and we're just going to trace around the light. All right, so we have our lights firmly mounted to our hood. We have the wires just temporarily installed at this point. I strongly encourage you guys to test your lights before you zip tie everything back. So we have it tied into our trigger controller and the light switch that came with it, and they're working great. So now that we know that they're working, we're gonna go ahead and dress up the wires, get everything tied back, and then we'll make this a more permanent installation. Okay, so now that we've brought the wires under the felt from one light to the other, we have an excess amount of cable. I don't want this much cable just stuffed in behind here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these, give myself a little bit of length to work with. We are not gonna use all of that harness. We are actually going to use the harness that comes with the trigger system. Number 6 is going to be for my underhood lights, and I'll cut this about right here. Okay, so we've paired up our wires and we went ahead and we slid on some heat shrink. Now we're going to apply our butt splices, and we're going to use an appropriate crimp sleeve and crimper. And I like to do it twice just to be sure that we got good connection there. That's solid. We'll repeat the process for the ground and for the wire harness cable, and then we'll properly secure that. It's important to always twist your wires, guys, and then make sure that they are flush cut at the end. So now we have our wire harness cable. We're just going to go black to black here. All right, so now that we have the wires routed the way we want them, I'm going to use a clip here to firmly attach the wire near the hinge without it interfering with the hinge. Hey guys, so let's recap what we did today. So we got the KC Cyclone LEDs. This is the underhood kit, and we wired it into the trigger controller. Now the trigger controller item that you guys can pick up, this really helps keep wiring really neat, really organized, and you don't have to keep passing wires back and forth through the firewall. That's such a hassle. Everything on the trigger controller can be operated from your phone, as I just turned that on, and you'll see we just turned on the front LEDs. Now there's also a remote controller that's inside the truck, this controller can be taken anywhere. So if you're at a campsite and you want to take your controller inside your tent and you hear a noise or a disturbance outside, you want to see what's going on, just hit the switch, turns on all your lights around your rig. You can't beat that kind of convenience, and it's not really available with anything else. So make sure you check out the trigger controller, really a great item. Overall though, I'm really happy with the installation. It's really going to provide a lot of convenience. Now, let's say you don't have your phone in your hand and you just want to turn on your lights. You can actually turn them on right from the controller itself. So the trigger controller has one main power lead that goes to your battery and a main ground. The power supplies all of these fuses. So each line that you feed off of this is already fused. So you don't have to worry about fuse protection for your lights. They're always going to be protected via the controller. So if you're under the hood, you hit one switch and it turns the lights on for you. Once again, that's what I call convenience, that's what I call ease of use, and that's what you're looking for in a great product. But overall, I think this is going to provide us many years of use and provide a lot of visibility for the engine compartment. Okay guys, so on our next episode, we're going to be installing and wiring up the floodlights. They're going to be the KC floodlights. They're going to go on the Prinsu rack, so make sure you tune in for the next episode. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you know someone who has a ZR2 or even a Colorado, send them my way. I'm sure they'll enjoy some of this content. I'm David, and thanks for watching.